we really need to take a look at bringing a lot more of this work back in-house. I want to give a shout out to our staff this year, because I think this year, as it relates to the contracts and as it relates to snow clearing and removal based on that snowstorm, they did a much, much better job than we've had in previous years. The problem with snow removal here is we've given them certain tools. Yeah, I wanted to put a picture up at the end of my driveway. I don't want to digress, right? We've given them a shovel. A shovel. And we've said to them, now, irrespective of how much snow we get, go out and remove it. And the shovel we've given them can't do it. We've given them these contracts. We've given them a hybrid, sort of a, go out, hire these folks, wait on pins and needles in the works yard, hope to God that by November 15th, the machines begin to show up and all these workers come to town from New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Alberta, Nunavut, wherever the hell they're coming from, right? On pins and needles, hope that they get there and then say, okay, now you know what? Train them, teach them our road network, show them where they can pile up snow, where they can bank it, do all of that stuff, and then go clear the snow. And this is what we get. They bring X number of equipment. You get 12, 13, 1,400 workers show up. They show up with these machines. This year was so much better. They actually specified the type of machinery. They got these guys to buy new equipment, the right loaders and all of those things and the rest of it. But is it all of it? No. The problem is this too. When you begin to get these big snowstorms, all these contractors swoop down on your streets. As best as they can, they start piling up snow everywhere, moving it around. Well, you can only do so many hours on one of these machines, and at some point, you got to go down. But the snow keeps piling up. Now, you can get second and third passes and fourth passes, but you're going to have to start paying dearly for that. In fairness to our staff, they've added our own employee base to that work. They've started to do that kind of on their own. Despite us, they've gotten machinery out there. I get it. You start piling up old machinery against snow you can't remove, you break the hydraulics. I remember seeing this one guy clearing the snow on my driveway in front of my house going back and forth. And I said, why does he keep going back and forth? Because, they're GPSed, right? They got to show they're moving around. So we're going back and forth. I drove down the street. He couldn't go any further. He couldn't clear the sidewalk. The snow had piled up. His little machine with his plow in his box couldn't move the snow. So he just kept doing the same stretch of sidewalk, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the worst of it is this, that once that snow piles up, because you don't have the right number of people in the machinery to do it when the big snowfall comes, and you don't have enough money to put to it to get them to go a second and third and fourth time, right? The worst of it is that then that stuff freezes. Now you need dump trucks, you need front-end loaders, you need bobcats, you need all that equipment you don't have. And you expect a miracle. But those dump trucks, those drivers, that machinery that you now need to pick up the snow, haul it away in clumps because it's frozen, costs a great deal of money. And it's very slow. You need scrapers, loaders, trucks. But here's what bugs me about this whole thing, worst of all. For those years where we don't have a whole lot of snow, you got 12, 13, 1,400 people sleeping in your works yards.
Thank you, Councillor
doing
Perruzza.
diddly.
Thank you.
Right? We could put them to good use. What we need to do is bring more of this work.
Thank you. Okay, Councillor Carroll does not want to speak.